Welcome, gamers, to our very first casted game of the new DLC here for Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition. The Knights of the Mediterranean is recently let out to several community members for some early preview access and is actually now on the PUP. So if you have the preview patch, you can play against these civilizations here before it launches later on this month. But here we've got Passy playing as the French. We know the French has been around since 2005 in this game. And over on the other side, we have Lionheart, who is playing as our new civilization. Newish, right? Malta was essentially in the campaign, right, for all these years. But yes, he's playing as Malta and the Maltese. And if you have not seen these civilizations before, I have some overviews on the YouTube channel. So go ahead and you can, if you're in Twitch chat, you can type !Malta guide to get started. But I've been mostly playing a lot of Italy, in fact, lately. So really enjoying that. And of course, we have new royal houses on the map. This is a OG map, though, so you're going to be seeing the Nutka here. And just a little bit about Malta. They have some civilization bonuses. With each card they send, which he hasn't selected his deck yet, but with each card they send, they get a 2% hit point bonus to their Maltese units. So that kind of stacks up over time. And they've also got some interesting defensive structures. They can build these fixed guns, which I'm sure you'll see Lionheart using, that are just amazing. Yeah, so a variety of new units, all kinds of stuff. So we'll call it out as we see it. But we got to see Lionheart picking up a 40 food treasure. One thing to know about Malta's Explorer is they have additional HP, like 500 HP compared down here to the 400 of the French. So they've got a Chad Explorer that does not mess around. Does he do more damage too? No, he's got the same amount of damage. Okay, so picking up the just the free gold treasures there on the map. It looks like we're going to see our first card, and we'll take a look at Lionheart's deck and see what he's going to be sending. Okay, the map, by the way, if you were curious, I thought it said it up here. The name's not there. I think it is when you're in. Interesting. Oh, there's also this photo mode, by the way. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's in a beta, but someone in chat will call out the name of the map, and we'll know. I can't remember the exact name of this one. No, it's not that. Okay, let's look at his deck. Okay, we've got 2 churches right now. Cascade Range. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. Cascade Range. Map is Cascade Ranged. So he has 2 churches he could send. He is starting with a 3 villager shipment. Now, looking at the second age here, you've got the Wignacourt constructions, which makes it so settlers gather natural resources 30% faster nearby. He's raging already. Yeah, it's probably because Lionheart's hooked him. Yeah, this guy's got so much HP. It makes your settlers move faster if they're next to outposts or towers or town centers. So that's a really big boost. You see 30% faster. He's got coin, extensive fortifications. That's because he's going to be doing lots of towers and defensive structures. You can bet. This card actually allows you, it ships longbows and allows you to train longbows. And these longbows will shadow tech through the ages. So interesting card to get longbows as an option. And then they've got Hanover Allies, which is a hand cav, and Irish Brigadiers, which is a musketeer unit. And then this one makes it so you age up faster, and then the hospital upgrades are cheaper. So that's like that's your barracks essentially. Oh my gosh, he's discovered the fact that you do not mess around with the Maltese Explorer, because he will win that fight every day of the week. So if you see this guy in his golden armor, run away, run away. He is bad news bears. Okay, I'm a little disappointed we're not on the new maps here, but you know, this is a kind of a good demonstration of a little bit of like something we know, right? We've seen French, we've seen Cascade Range, so seeing, you know, how is Malta going to fare against some of these known elements in the game, because sometimes it's all new, right? New natives, new civs, new cards. It's a lot of factors. We've got a scout chilling up here, so we have a little bit of a line of sight. Does Lionheart get lion of sight? So we got a scout up here. He's chilling by I guess this gold mine. Maybe he'll move that a little closer, but kind of a nice spot to keep an eye on things. Starting to herd in these elk, 500 food apiece on those bad boys. What's going on down here? We got villager way out there chopping. I think he's doing some herding, it looks like. Here in transition, we see Passy aging up. He's going up with the quartermaster. pretty traditional. Gathering some gold. And let's see from the other side. Lionheart. There we go. He is just about aged up. He's going up with the quartermaster as well. Are they both going up the same one? Yeah, they are, I guess. So, getting a lot of gold. I kind of have a feeling that Lionheart's going to be going for a fast fortress here. We'll see what he ships first. Gathering a lot of gold, though. Okay, he's got that 300 he would need if he was going to ship that 700 gold. Oh my gosh, he could be going for... I mean, I guess he could go for a mercenary strat too, but it's probably too early to tell. Maybe he was just powering out some techs here. Okay, there we go. He's up. He's got the 400 wood, and Passy's probably just right. Just about the same time. Both popped that. We got cords of wood, so likely going to see a barracks or a stable drop down here. Now, Malta has some pretty decent musketeer units called sentinels. That can be trained here out of the hospital here. This is where you train your infantry for Malta, and also it will heal nearby idle units. So kind of a nice thing there with that hospital. Bringing those herds in, dropping a house on the back line. Yeah, let's see if there's going to be anything. Okay, there we go. We got a stable. So all I was going to say is they've got some pretty decent sentinels. So as far as opening with Hussar, a little risky because most of the times you can bet that Malta's going to be training sentinels, which is exactly what we see going on right here at the hospital. We got one sentinel in training. Let's see what's going on over here. A church. So did he send the church card? No, he built one. I know he had his 2 churches in his deck. I'm not sure if he's going to actually use that. Now this map, it does not have any trade posts as far as XP's trickle is concerned. So a church will give you a little bit of experience trickle. So maybe that's kind of his motivation here. A 0.7 XP per second, you can see. And those sentinels about to pop out. Let's take a look at the stats on these bad boys. Yeah, they got 179 HP. Is that plus 29? I think that's because he's close to buildings right now, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, you see that dropping off right now? Back down to plus 6. Now it's even go down even further. So they get a little bit of a bonus when they're close to their buildings. So you see that has worn off now that they have left the town. So that's a big deal with these guys. They're great defensive units, or if you do a forward base and have buildings, here that you can stand around and fight. It's very nice. Now, the sentinels are busy chasing down poor little Jean Joliet. And we've got some Hussars coming in to do some raiding. Let's see if they're going to pick up anything up. We see Passy splitting his group of Hussars. We got 3 on the left, 2 on the right, looking hungry for a raid. But let's see if he gets it. He's just now noticed that's happening. Takes a few hits from this first villager, but that villager is going to be just fine. He is drawing a little bit of idle time here. Look at Lionheart. He was looking to maybe age up, but he does not have the gold he needs. So he's going to need to get back on that gold. Bringing these sentinels back in. Now watch their HP back on up. Now they are close to the buildings. You'll see that little aura. I think the aura will appear around them. There you go. Look at that HP on those bad boys. Okay, be careful, be careful. There we go. Okay, he was able to escape the Hussars. Just basically Passy is just idling him right now. He knows he can't really commit to any of this. He might poke in one more time. I wouldn't be surprised. Let's go check in on Passy's base to see what's going on. He's been getting food. He shipped gold. So I think he is likely about to age up. And that's it, man. Did we read his mind all right? Going up with the Exiled Prince. Classic age up option there for the French. So, like I said, a lot of things we know. The French have been out since 2005. So people have this civilization figured out. Now, I don't know how much French Passy usually plays. But I don't know. I think Passy's a really good player and has a knowledge of just about every single civilization. I wouldn't doubt. Okay, let's see how that age up's looking for Lionheart. He's just about ready to age up, just under that gold. He's going to get it. Now, I'm kind of disappointed when you click on the buildings here. I wish you could see the upgrades and stuff that you're able to, that they haven't researched yet. It doesn't show you. I guess it's just how the overlay works for AoE3 here. But we can see them when they do put them in queue. Look at that. You can see the gang saw and great coats on the way. A great coat will help a little bit against those raids. Gang saw is going to help with that wood chopping. Now, he did send, by the way, this Winged Core Construction. So I mentioned this card earlier. Natural resources gathered 30% faster when nearby a town center. So 3 villagers. He has Winged Core Construction. Then he sent this Hospitality for aging up faster. And the hospital upgrades will be cheaper. So it'll be easier for him to upgrade his units when he reaches this next age. How much cheaper does it make it? It says minus 100 coin and wood costs. Okay, looks like the Hussars just looking to go around back, but not really going to get anything there. Now, by the way, I did mention this before, but if you look when you hover over cards, each one you sent gives the Maltese units plus 2% HP. So that's a nice little boost there over time. So they slowly get more HP, and if you're chilling next to the buildings, you have some additional HP. So, you know, that's why it's kind of a... It kind of feels like it's designed to be a little more of a turtley or building-heavy civilization. Now, we got some Dragoons coming out. Passy did beat Lionheart up to the 3rd age here. It looks like those villagers are going to drop back to the gold mine. They've depleted the first. Now, these are 10 mines, 1,500 gold apiece on those. But, Lionheart aged up with a covered wagon, and he almost lost that bad boy. Luckily, well, he might not have lost it to 2 Hussars. It builds fairly quickly, but he's got enough sentinels. I think he should be fine for now. I'm assuming he's going to be getting those... Now you see him shipping a fort. This is classic Lionheart. If you've seen him play USA, you know he is one turtley MFer. He loves to put down all the buildings, chill in his base, which did not surprise me in the least when he started playing Malta when he got his hands on this DLC. There you go. Fixed gun being built right now. He's also got a fort wagon just showed up. The Dragoons are on the left side, unaware of what's going on. Hussars up there, but not going to be enough to stop the town center. That fort is probably going to get up. This fixed gun, you could take a little look at the stats on that bad boy. One thing to know about the fixed gun is that you cannot target with it. It has a mind of its own. It targets what it wants to target, and it also has a minimum range. So if you stand right up against it, it can't shoot at you, but it does some killer splash damage, and as these sentinels come in, it should be plenty. Oh, he didn't finish this. He was 4 seconds away from finishing the fixed gun and somehow managed not to. A little bit of a maybe a missed micro there because he probably just wants to get that done. Could have done some damage there, but nonetheless, he's got 2 town centers set up. He has his fort. He is in a nice position. Let's look at the cards he's got here. He shipped that fort already. Oh my gosh, look at that hit. Yeah, that building is done. That town center, there is no way he's going to be able to complete that. Look at that damage. LMAO is typed in chat. Yep. You don't mess with this bad boy. Look at the damage on him. He does 300 siege damage with 34 range with 5 area. Okay, and a 6 rate of fire. Now they have negative multipliers against artillery, cav, shock infantry, village, hunted animals. But yeah, you don't want to mess with those guys. Okay, now one thing that we're not... Well, let's see here. Yeah, he's really relying on the sentinels right now. I do not believe they do not have a skirmisher unit available at their hospital here, or at least not in this age. I can't remember if they get one in the 4th age. We'd have to look at the tech tree, which we're not going to do right now. I believe this is the only option he really has. So these Dragoons kind of can run around, but not able to do any damage. Look at this. Coming down here, he's building a depot. Now, this is another unique building here for Malta. Oh, scout finds the scout. Scout goes down. So this depot, it gives a boost attack speed of nearby gunpowder units, artillery, and buildings, and will explode if destroyed, damaging all units, or you can detonate it. So you can kind of use it to box your opponent out and buy you some time, and to get a little bit of buff, but they can also blow them up. It's kind of, there's a few different ways. Choose your own adventure how you want to destroy the depot. As far as the cost of these guys, we're looking at 50 wood and 50 gold. So not too expensive. 100 wood and gold investment with 2 of them out there on the front line. Okay, we've got the traditional falconets coming out here for the French. We've have a 2 falconet shipment has been sent. He also built an artillery foundry and trained up 2 falcons. Doing a really good job here of passive, spending all of his resources. You see that golden wood about all the way down to 0. And now he's moving up. He's got his dragoons, hussars, a few skirmishers. We see some additional coming down from the back line. But I don't know. He's got 4 falconets. Like, he could maybe go toe-to-toe with this. Oh, here we go. We're going to see some explosion action. Does Passy? No. Uh-oh. Will he get away? Oh, look at all the damage. Not a ton, but I mean, look at that. Just a little bit of damage to each unit. And that stuff can add up or make a difference in some of these fights when you think about some of these breakpoints. Okay, let's see how these falconets are able to do. Does Lionheart have a way to stop the falcons? I don't see any culverins on the way for him. Get a volley off of 2 of those. Okay, taking out that church will slow down his experience trickle. Slowly moving up this falconets. I'm sure he's being careful because he doesn't know, are there culverins waiting for him on the back line? This is what he's able to see right now. Taking out that hospital means no military production right now for Lionheart. He's lost his church. There goes the XP trickle. He is moving those falconets back into limber mode and is going to back up for now. Okay, so nice little grab there for Passy, and also slowing down the military production. What was that? A higher Pandora shipment. Okay, there it is. That's what I was saying. I don't think you can train these bad boys, but these are skirmishers from the Balkans that counter skirmishers and can use stealth. So very interesting stats. If you look down the bottom right at our stats here, they have a 2.5 bonus against light infantry. And a bonus damage against heavy infantry, but particularly they're very effective at countering skirmishers. They're basically counter skirmishers. But taking out some houses on the left side, also working that town center. He does have another town center. For now, we see Passy shipping in right now. A Dragoon shipment. Despite the fact there has not been any cavalry yet from Lionheart. Now let's look at the stats on these guys. I do not think they counter the light cavalry. Yeah, there's no multipliers against the light cavalry. So unlike your traditional skirmisher here, which would get some multipliers. Okay, taking some villagers out. Down they go. Okay, that fixed. Now he built these fixed guns, but they're not able to get any shots off. He's just running around. So one took a town center out, a barracks, a couple of houses, a church, and Passy has essentially not lost a unit. So Lionheart kind of trying to decide what to do. Finally, we've got some culverin out. Let's see what he's going to do. He looks like he's kind of just moving out, looking like maybe he's going to go on the offensive, try to pull his opponent away from his base. Let's see what other cards Lionheart might have been sending. So that's those Pandoras you saw that he shipped as a mercenary shipment. And then right now, I guess he sent this. Arise Fast enables you to construct an additional town center and make settlers significantly cheaper. So he had sent that at some point, I think after the fort, perhaps. So he's got cheaper villagers. There you go. Look how easily they clean up those skirmishers. Look at the price of these villagers now. I don't know if that reflects the actual cost. I guess it does. Yeah, because I think they're usually 100. Yeah, so they're like half off villagers. Fire sale. Building this fixed gun, and that would really help box him out. But the issue is this culverin is pretty effective against the fixed gun. Yeah, look at that. 2 shots and it is down because it is an artillery. So culverin are going to get that ×4 multiplier against them. So if you see these fixed guns, you're going to want some culverins. Just don't push into them, without some kind of plan. I just get 2 culverins, you'll be fine. Now he's been sitting on this shipment. I don't know, maybe he's just thinking about what he wants to send next. We do see a duck coming down here on the shore. So maybe going to go for some of these fresh salmon out here in the pond. Maybe he'll serve that with a little a lemon slice and maybe some dill. Okay, backing up. Look at that. He's kind of pushed Passy back into a defensive position, but I mean, look at this. Passy, he is rocking the big guns here. Got 5 falconets and 2 culverins, a bunch of dragoons, a few skirmishers. I mean, he's looking to be in a great position. Looking at the score, it would say the same. So short of, maybe Lionheart could have a big culverin war. Maybe he could pop something. Now, speaking of culverin wars, here's our traditional culverin. Has 280 HP. Look at these guys. 314 HP. Why do they have 314 HP? Well, with each of the shipments they're sending, they're getting these 2% hit points for their units. So what does that mean? That's a big deal when it comes into those culverin fights, where typically you could pop one with 2 shots. That's not going to be the case with the Maltese culverin. So that could make a difference in this next fight, because this is a huge investment in artillery here that perhaps Lionheart could capitalize on. French, always a gold-hungry civilization. He's coming across and eating the gold of his opponent. Well, they're probably not eating the gold, but maybe spending it. We've got 2 hussars just doing a little bit of a distraction raid. You can see Lionheart's on the berries, which is, a slower than desired gather rate. Those are going to get cleaned up pretty easily. Falconet's moving into position. Let's see what he does. Now, he's going to want to take out that fixed gun. These units are very bunched up. 1 shot from this would do a ton of splash damage right now. There we go. Going to take out the depot. Now, this depot will do friendly fire. You can see, look at that. Just a little bit. They don't do a ton of damage, but they took some splash damage there. Okay, we've got some, what are these? Order Lancers have been sent in. Is that a shipment? Yeah, he sent that. That cost, we'll look at that card in a second. But it's got Lancers. Lancers are going down. Plenty of Dragoons. They take care of that quickly. We still have 1, 2, 3 Culverins. We see the 1 Maltese Culverin is down. 1 left to go. Getting another shot off. Down goes that Maltese Culverin. Still, it looks like he has 3 Culvs, 3 Falconets. So Passy's doing just fine right now. Taking out that fixed gun. There's 1 volley from those Culverins. Boom! The splash damage takes out 1 Falconet. The other ones are about half HP. Down it goes. And he might clean up the rest of these Falcons. There we go. He's lost his army in the meantime. He's lost his fixed gun, but he was able to neutralize the Falconet threat, which will at least keep his fort alive for a little bit longer. And now we've got these Pandor. Now, these Pandor, they do counter the skirmishers, right? They've got this 2.5 multiplier, but they do not get any additional multipliers against the Dragoons. So they'll just be doing that base 30 damage with each shot they do. Okay, Culverin's just considering to take some pot shots. We got Commandery being built on the back line. Now, the Commandery is for the Maltese. This is where they, it's like they're stable, but they can also teleport through these. If you build a Commandery over here, it's kind of like a secret tunnel. You can hit a button and you can garrison units in it and pop them out on the other side. But I'm not sure if Lionheart's going to actually use that. I would love to see that in a casted game, but I think we'd have to get really lucky if that were to happen. Okay, we've got a few fishing boats here on the north side. It looks like just starting to fish on the south side. But look at the score. The score gap has changed. We now see Lionheart taking the lead ahead of Passy since he was able to take out a few of those cannons. And he's just been doing a little bit of an eco boom. Look, 50 villagers versus the 44 of Passy. Of course, these are CDBs, so, you know, take that with a grain of salt. Okay. Not much going on down here. Just some booming on the water. I'm assuming he scouted this. Let's see. Can we look at that? Let's see. Oh, he doesn't know he's on the water yet. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, it's sneaky. Very sneaky, Lionheart. So he's going to get some water out of this. Uh-oh. Fixed gun. Does he see it? He does not see it. Fixed gun moving back says, oh no, Mr. Culverin. You know, maybe you just throw it back here in the middle of your base and it'll kind of give this nice radius of protection. He needs to be careful, though. Fixed gun going up, but if this is scouted out by Lionheart, that's going to be almost instantly dying. I'm sorry, it's scouted out by Passy, rather. Okay, so he doesn't see it yet. Got some crossbows up there, veteran crossbows. A bunch of falconets. 1, 2, 3, 4 falconets. Boom, Dragoon's taking a shot. You see the splash damage there, taking out a few of them in 1 volley. But moving up, he's going to have something to say about that. Look, this is what I said. You don't want to stand in range of these. Like, you gotta quickly neutralize them. They've got 2,610 HP, but Culverin sitting there having that ×4 multiplier against it is quite big. Falconet's picking off a few villagers. A little splash damage there. You can see these guys taking some damage. Down goes that Culverin, or that fixed gun. 70 XP is awarded. Let's take a look at these. Wait, he was building this town center and his explorer died. I didn't even catch that. I thought this thing was completed. So that is very unfortunate for him. You know, Lionheart needs to be careful. He's got the walls closing in on him, but he's still got a sizable army. He really needs those Culverins, and I don't think they're going to get out. You think he's like trying to distract the Falconets almost. Look at that. He's walked to the front line. That is exact. Is that what he's doing? He has sniped 1 Falconet. This is a hard battle to take. Oh, boy. He's going to get a second one. He's just yeeting his units away, but he was able to take out 2 Falconets there, and he's going to get the Culverins out just in time. Luckily, these did not get finished, and down goes 1 Falcon. There's 1 more to get, and he hits the British tongue shipment, which has given him a commandery. Now, that's that Age 2 shipment I told you before with the longbows. Now he'll be able to recruit longbows, and there we go. We've got some longbows that popped out, and these are order longbows, and they have shadow tech, so instantly these are Fortress Age longbows. So not a bad shipment, you know, an Age 2 shipment to send in the 3rd Age, and just like that, I think he lost his Culvs, but he took out the Falconets. He's taken out the military units of Passy, and now I'm starting to think Lionheart could do something here. Longbows moving up, taking out what's left here of these skirmishers and dragoons. Passy's probably going to need a retreat. Let's take a look at the map again. Okay, 10 here. He's got about 1,300 gold left. Got some villagers out on the map. Could be raided possibly because I think Lionheart will spot this with his fishing boats. Here we go, taking some shots at those veteran skirmishers right now, and down they go. Lionheart continuing to pump out the veteran crossbows. And he's got those longbows as well if he wants to make them, but I think he's just going, looks like he's going for spears. You know, a lot of crossbows. Imagine if some French heavy cavalry came up and ran up onto these bad boys. That would sure be something, which is why he's making his spearmen. But interesting that Passy has not mixed any hand cav into his army, and you see him doing a little bit of retreat. And another thing that could become an issue here for the French, Passy is using a military composition that is primarily wood and food, while Lionheart's is very gold heavy, and he is about to run out of gold on the map. In fact, that might be the last gold vein on the map right now. I'm looking. That is. So that could be some trouble for Passy, and Lionheart could be able to just start to push here. See, Lionheart sitting on 20 gold because there's no gold, no gold left to be had. You have to sell for it. Both players in the third age. He's shipping. Is that 1,000 gold? You know, he's actually shipping the 700 gold. Now, I told you I was going to look at this card earlier. Let's take a look. So, Spanish Tongue is that age 3 shipment we saw when this Lancer showed up. Ships a commandery wagon, which is this guy right here, right? That trains stable units and can teleport, you know, across the map. It costs, I think it costs, I don't know the exact cost because it doesn't show you since he's already sent it. Somewhere between 500 to 1,000 wood. I think it's 500, but I'm not sure. But it delivers 7 Guerochista, so we know those from the Spanish, those Lancers, 1 Commandery, and it lets you train the Order Lancer. So he can now train Lancers from this if he wants to. Actually, some Lancers could clean up. Oh, there's a lot of Dragoons out here. Oh, there we go. The Culverins have spotted this humble fishing operation. And they say, no, 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 no. What's the villager count? 68 for Lionheart, 53 for Passy. I think this still could be anyone's game. The scores are very tight. Looks like he's going to go siege down those houses. Not a huge investment loss. And he also did ship in some sentinels. Those are those musketeer units, we know. And remember, Malta, they're stronger when they're near their buildings. So when he comes out here on the map like this, this is a bit of a risk if this huge battle happens here, right? Because he's not around his buildings. And we see, look at that, petards from Passy are ready to go. Oh boy, this is going to be a fun one. Looks like he does have cav combat in. So we got 5 petards. I'm assuming that's going to be for the fort. Yeah, if you look at those, they do 1,600 siege damage. So 1,600 times 5, you do the math, and we got our fort over here with 9k hit points. Okay, so just kind of positioning. Oh, he's got the surround on some French villagers, and boy, oh boy, that's going to be bad news for them. But at the same time, his army is in the corner. Could Passy perhaps come around with the surround? Maybe this is what he wants to do, or he knows, hey, his army's down here. Let's go. Let's send my petards in, and that's exactly what he's doing. Get ready for a big explosion, guys. Petards go boom. Look at that. Not just under 9k HP. Here we go. Does he have all 5 of them? There we go. 4 of them about to hit. Okay, and with the last one, there you go. Down goes that fort. So an easy snipe on that fort with no resistance, and now he's backing up. He knows that Lionheart's army is coming back to defend. But with that, that kind of opens up his offensive here. Got a lot of skirmishers up against these veteran crossbows. Okay, here we go. We're going to have a big engagement. Okay, just kind of positioning. No falconets from either side right now. Just the culverin. And these skirmishers just outranging right now. Let's look at the difference here. Are they longbows? There are some longbows, but in comes another wave of petards. They kind of snuck on through there. We got a lot of pikes, but you know, no hand cavalry really for these to go toe to toe with. But they could be annoying, right? Yeah, he can kind of force them to back up. Here we go, getting on that front line. I'm going to start working on those culverins. A nice free pickup, I guess, for those, as far as those pikemen are concerned. But just kiting back these crossbows. just continuing to push with the pike mass. He has thrown those into cover position, cover mode now, which means they have 50% range resist. So it's kind of a good way to tank some damage when you've got this pike crossbow matchup. But I don't know. I can't really tell the number. It just looks like Lionheart has so many troops. I know Passy is trying to kite. Let's look at the range difference on these guys. So we're sitting here with 20 range for these skirmishers, while the crossbows, they have 16 range. So really, he wants to kite, shoot, scoot and shoot, right? Because he has a superior range. But now he's built his estate on the front line like a, oh boy, like a goober. And now he's in some trouble because he needs that gold and he's going to be losing some villagers. Villager count already lower, 70 for Lionheart, 53 for Passy. And now he's standing in fight where ideally he wants to be kiting back. But look at that. Oh my gosh, split fire. 3 crossbows dropped right there. And he's doing a good job of microing these units. You can see he's splitting up his volley, so he's not doing overkill on a single unit. Overkill is when, like, say you have 50 skirmishers and they all do the, shoot their volley at 1 unit, right? You don't get the maximum potential of your army. But losing some villagers, I just have a feeling Lionheart's just going to wear Passy down. Like, Passy's going to hold for this fight for now. Like we said, he can kite, but the bigger issue is going to be the fact that this economy of Lionheart is just full steam ahead right now. Looking at 70 villagers versus the 50 villagers versus Passy. Also, Lionheart has dropped a town center on the front line. Not to mention he's got the cheaper villagers, right, at 50 food. And he just hit the 4th age. Holy cow. Industrial age. We've got a fort coming in. Now, I told you before, these longbows, they're order longbows, so they shadow tech. So these are instantly age 4 units. He's got cheaper upgrades at his hospital if he wants to, but it looks like he's just continuing to trade this veteran crossbows. He's not too concerned with upgrading them quite yet. Okay, and now this is just going to really start to snowball. So he aged up. He's got his fort. Let's see what cards he has if he wants to send a shipment as this battle rages on. So sending heavy fortifications, a Lionheart favorite, right? Of course, will transform all those buildings into having plenty of HP and combat ability. Okay, crossbows on the front line, or longbows taking shots. Spearmen just kind of boxing out the opponent and tanking damage, but not doing a whole lot. Passy, let's look at his resources right now. He's not looking like he's going to age up, just training more skirmishers as Lionheart is just slowly whittling away at his army. Those longbows are just on the back line, not being targeted, and they are just dealing so much damage. When we take a look at this, 27 damage here on these right now, versus when we're looking at the skirmishers, they deal 18 damage. We look at these veteran crossbows, 19 damage. So he's got, in the standing and fight battles, he's got the stronger force. We finally see some veteran cuirassier on the field, and there you go. It looks like Passy has tapped out. What a fun back and forth game this certainly was. I thought for a moment there Passy was going to overrun Lionheart. Lionheart being backed in the corner the whole game. I know this is how he excels, just kind of turtling up and doing the best. I think, honestly, this water control, this kind of like mid-game water boom, brought him back into this as the French ran out of gold. And as we mentioned, I knew that was going to be an issue because the gold was running low. Looks like Passy built all his estates kind of forward, which meant he couldn't just like turtle behind his base as he was trying to get his eco back together, and then just losing some villagers up there. And over time, Lionheart was just able to turn this thing around. So a very good game. Let's take a look at the post game here, villager graph. You can check that out there. Seeing Lionheart just kind of this late game boom, which really, this is kind of where things started to turn away in his favor. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this casted game between Lionheart and Passy. I don't think Passy streams, but I know Lionheart does stream on Twitch, so make sure you check out his channel when he is live. And thanks to these players for sharing these games. If you like this AoE3 cast, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We've got other tutorials for all these civilizations and plenty more Age of Empires content for you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.